Let's give you a quick overview of the Foxbody project. It's been a while since I've posted, so I'm going to be keeping up on all the content. You know, I had somebody that I wanted to manage my YouTube page, and that's something that hopefully I'll be able to get some help with. We're going to be doing some stuff with the Hoonigans and other people that are coming into the shop here to assist us with content creation. But this is the foundation of the Mustang. It's a Dart LS Next Pro block. Everything with respect to the engine, including the block itself, has gone through the Cryoheat process. In addition to running LS Next Pro setup, we've got a 4L80E. This particular unit here, also all the cryogenic metal treatment has been completed with everything on the inside of the transmission, even the clutches. It's got a very deep pan. It features a Jake's D3 trans brake, so that means it works in any of the forward gears 1 through 3, so you can leave it in full automatic mode. It's got a Jake's billet kind of maxed out triple disc converter, and yeah, the D3 brake that's pinned into the harness. Car features proefi with traction control, some Cobra brakes, no big deal. We're going to be converting the front end, you know, to the tubular design, you know, those simple, you know, core support, you know, front frame rail deals. You see these manifolds are old GTO twin turbo manifolds, which gave me the idea that, you know, I can kind of replicate a similar layout, and so that's what we're doing. That's the intake for it. We're running a pair of these GT4294R turbos, just like this one, except the ones going on the car were sent to forced inductions for 76mm compressor wheel upgrade, but they're using the same tile housings. In fact, I'm using that exact housing on my turbos, and then the rest of the engine components are right here. It's all ready for assembly. All the bearing clearances have been set. The rings are all filed. We're dealing with a Molnar technology 3.9-inch stroke crankshaft that's been cryoheat treated and micro polished, as well as Molnar Power Adder Plus rods. And so that's these guys right here with his ARP 2000 rod bolts. And there we go, CP Carrillo pistons. We got the really heavy duty pins in there. And so all that obviously cryoheat treated, as well as the rings. The cylinder heads are Frankenstein N311 with some pack racing springs that also all got cryoheat treated. A custom cam motion cam, micro polished, cryoheat treated. Same with the Johnson tie bar lifters. Got that Rollmaster billet timing set. You see cryoheat treated, micro polished. Get it fit nice. 2.20-inch valves for the intake, and then 1.60 Inconel exhaust valves. Melling M365 oil pump with the gears that were cryoheat treated and slightly micro polished. Hand ported, and these are, you know, the M311 heads, the original version, and these are the 2-inch you know, stainless flanges we're going to use to make the hot side. But they're based on an LS3 port, kind of like a black label masthead, except you know, it's been CNC ported. I mean, these flow 400 CFM on the intake, 275 on the exhaust. The lifters are in there soaking. They all look pretty too. And so that's kind of the build. Got all the materials hanging out over here somewhere for making the hot side. So that's collectors, 2-inch stainless tubing. And then come over here, it's Robert the Fab Dude, total badass.
Yo.
He's now on staff here at CPR, so you got to get him his outfit. Proud to have him here. He's a great addition to the team, awesome attitude, a lot of talent. So right here, this is the 4-inch exhaust stuff. So the car's gonna have complete exhaust, 4 inches the whole way. We're using a normal heat exchanger for daily use, triple pass radiator. These are the mufflers, and so, you know, 4-inch exhaust all the way. And then here's where the magic happens. 16-gallon Summit fuel cell. It's high mounted because we're gravity feeding a 5.5 liter Deechworks surge tank that's fitted with triple DW 400 pumps. And then you got the Taylor battery box for a red top battery that's going to be in there. And so we kind of made some custom frames to support all this stuff. And that's why the fuel tank's high. But there's another reason it's like this. It's because we need room for the air conditioning condensers that are going under the car, as well as a transcooler, because what we got going on here is we've got a ProMod PT9000 air-to-water intercooler system. And so this was originally going to be for this ProMod, but we're going to run that on methanol, and we've got another engine build that we'll be talking about. This car is, yeah, proefi, and then right here, I don't like the way it's sitting there. It should be treated beautifully, but that's a refrigerant charged ice box. And so I took Martin's ProMod ice box and took it and modified it. And so what we got going on with this sucker is it's got an air conditioning evaporator in there. And so it's like a giant interchiller. And there's that little dial right there. This basically cuts off the compressor at whatever temperature we kind of dial it to. The lowest setting is 28 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's going to be our default to get started. So that's going to be right here. Going to be running an F-body GTO accessory drive with an AC compressor, no power steering, just an alternator. This fast intake's going to be, you know, facing in the car, because we're going to have either 3.5 or 4-inch cold side, you know, from the intercooler. And so the seats are going to be Recaro style, I don't know, Corbo or whatever the hell. They're going to be kind of nice, you know. They're going to recline and do all that. Dakota Digital dash gauges. They look stock, but they're digital. They glow blue. Blue's my favorite color. Love that blue glow. And proefi, you know, traction control. It's getting TCI paddle shifters. And I'm going to make a new mount for the shifter, but that's the idea. Paddle shifters, simple layout in the car, proefi data logger. The car's got everything. Every single pin on the computer's used. Integrated boost control, that's for the Flexfuel sensor. Trans controls integrated into proefi. And so it's getting right now it's just getting an 8-point cage. The goal is, you know, take it to the track, run in deep into the 7s, and then drive it home. Get kicked out. We're gonna mini tub it, and then do a UPR coilover conversion on the back. It's already got like the complete UPR suspension stuff now. You know, double anti-roll bar, built 8.8, but we're definitely gonna be mini tubbing it and deleting the stock shock tower shit. All this kind of getting cut out all the way to the frame rail so we can run some meat. The idea is that I'm gonna be running some 17-inch weld wheels, so it's gonna look really badass. But if they're maybe put bead locks, the biggest tire I can fit with the mini tub, and wide ass wheel, and probably if I don't fall out, buddy. You know, put a radio in it. My own makeshift AC system is gonna go in there. After all the fab stuff's done, we're gonna send the car out for paint. Real simple, Cobra brakes right now, 70/30 liquid with a strange coilover conversion, Ride Tech springs, UPR K-member. But you know, when I switch the rear suspension, I'll probably go with the Viking double adjustable up front. And so the car's gonna drive around, gonna look kind of normal, you know, not gonna give too much away. Ultimate sleeper with the big turbos and complete exhaust system, so that's gonna be cool. So you know, the cold side, either 3.5 or 4-inch, it's gonna run through the firewall. We're gonna clean all that up, so all this is gonna get cleaned up. Yank the mock-up stuff out of it when I send it to the paint, come back and then do the final installation on everything. So cage is on its way. That'll happen probably after we do the hot side. So I think after we get this stuff mounted, then we're gonna move into hot side time. So I'll probably put you know, an aluminum mock-up engine and get the tranny in there to sort of get us in the final location. We're gonna customize some engine mounts to get the motor right where we want it, and running a CTSV 2 oil pan, so I have the integrated oil cooler, because I'm using that cold water to add additional cooling capacity for the radiator, transmission, and engine oil. And so I'll have individualized pumps for that, or maybe one pump to super cool everything. And so if I ever want to pull extra heat out, you know, we're dumping it behind the car. And so that's the idea, that's the overview. My GTO is also coming back with the new twin turbo setup. That's gonna be not really a race car, just another daily, just like this one. So this will definitely be capable racer. Like I said, I'm shooting for deep into the sevens, so I want to cross that 799 barrier with some room on the table. That's why it's going to have the power to do it. So there, you know, the power is not going to be the challenge here. It's going to be driver mod all the way. But with everybody here on the team, you know, I'm very confident we'll be able to get the car to work. But ultimately, I want the car to be equally safe and equally manageable. And so the traction control, we're gonna definitely lean on that. And that's what I love about proefi, is how much tunability this car is going to end up with, because we got so much that we can do with, you know, telemetry, you know, wheel speed sensors, G-force sensors, suspension travel sensors. I've got turbo speed sensors. You know, I can put back pressure monitors. It runs off of dual widebands right now, but I'm putting extra bungs in there so my tuners can tap in and you know, take this car driving around. This is going to be my daily, and I'm basically going to drive the car to work. I'm going to park it right here with the hood open. Anybody that wants to come and check it out is free to come and check it out. No secrets here. I don't care if people know what it makes or doesn't make. It's really just meant to be an artistic expression for my passion, all things automotive, and just be something that's a freaky experience to drive it. So I'm gonna make some videos as I go through the final assembly process. You know, all the bearing clearances are set. The rings are already filed. I'm just gonna take a little diamond file and just make sure they're all perfectly deburred. I want to Scotch-Brite a little bit of surface rust that happened in my amateur cleaning process. And you know, then we're gonna knock the cam bearings in and then just cinch this thing together. I still have to take the cylinder heads over there and step the bolt holes up, because this block has 1/2-inch head stud provisions. So we got to do that. Again, it's a 406 cubic inch engine. Originally, I was going with an LSA block and going to do a blower. I shared that with Magnuson. They didn't want any part of my build. You know, I wasn't looking for free stuff, but just their overall lack of interest turned me away from doing any business with them. And so I decided to go with the turbo, and the rest is history. So, you know, twin Garrets for now, and that's what we're going to do. So twin 76mm GT94 GT4294R turbos that have been modified by forced inductions that are on the way. And so identical to that turbo over there, just bigger compressors, and that's what we're doing. So stay tuned. We'll get more into depth as we go, but who would have thought you can do all this with a Harbor Freight welder? Little did I know that $500 is going to get me here. But we do have the Miller Dynasty 350 over there for the TIG welding.